Hello, archaeologists and paleontologists. Welcome to Jurassic Jones. We'll go for the adventures of Indiana Jones and the animals of Jurassic Park. Now, on today's video, I'm going over the deleted scenes of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And this was originally supposed to be video differences between novel version of Raiders and the novelization of Raiders and the actual movie, but I decided not to do it because somebody already somewhat did it. Got the channel name, but and along with every other movie in history, Indy is no different from Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever you may say, has deleted scenes of their films. And some of them will probably add more context and end some mysteries. And that's considering there was originally supposed to be an R-rated version of Raiders. That's gonna be a video one day. But what? And that's considering. And that's considering the Indy franchise, when it comes to deleted scenes, isn't actually good at having them. It's just not. There's no same with the Jurassic franchise. What if Steven Spielberg rated projects that randomly with their deleted scenes have either become lost or generally don't have an actual good historical, or don't actually have a good record on them. But also, there was a novelization of Indiana Jones. Now, and there are some deleted scenes in that, but I won't be going over the differences between the book and movie, because I kind of want to do a longer video on that one day. And Indy had, considering some scenes from the franchise has also been at a moment ago, and some of them may be alternate takes. So let's begin. Now, this first deleted scene is actually showing Indy pulling out Tipo, also known as Dr. Octopus, out of a hole out of the ground. Now, my guess was this was supposed to be but this next scene actually shows Indy flirting with his student. This was, man, I'm glad Spielberg cut this, and it's probably actually good that he did. This scene actually has is somewhat of an alternate take of, and this scene is actually somewhat well known because you see it in promotional photos with Indy and Marion kissing. And then there has been the whole deleted scene with him with Saul almost being executed and almost being shot. But the reason why that scene was deleted, John Rhys-Davies pooped himself. Yeah, fun fact about food. Yeah, getting food poisoning isn't good, and I couldn't find that scene. Now, in this scene, somewhat of a tonal take after Indy. They meet up again somewhat, but they actually somewhat go through this, and this is somewhat different scene where it's still Indy pushing Bodo out. He actually goes out somewhat of the tomb and meets a guy, and actually probably freaking him out. Then the plane scene would happen. Now this is only promotional material, so I should read it screenshots. I couldn't find the actual scene. But if you know the famous Indy where he shoots the swordsman, it's actually supposed to be a lot more different. It's actually supposed to have Indy actually have somewhat of battle between his with his whip against his sword. I don't know what basically a leather version of a rope would do against a sword, but and when he has his gun on them, just saying. But yeah. I actually kind of glad this scene was cut out just because I prefer the actual one. You know, I wonder how much that poor guy who was spending like weeks in the hot desert with food poisoning, and Harrison Ford just went, "Can I just shoot him?" That must have been sad. Then we have this scene that finally put away 8-year-old me questioning about the submarine. Yeah, I just wired the pole. Then we have Belloc dressing up as a high Jewish Viking priest, about to unveil the Ark of the Covenant so the Nazis can use it to take over the world, show the power of God, and then the world's theirs. And this is only a steal, because I don't actually think the scene probably, either if it does exist, or if it does actually exist, or probably doesn't actually. But this was actually supposed to be what made Raiders all, and man, it does not look good. Now, compared to every old franchise I've come across, Indy's kind of weird about its deleted scenes. Either some actually kind of give up. Now, deleted scenes in themselves can somewhat give us more context and actually make some parts of the movie more logical, like the submarine scene. Or some can be lost in all material not to be found for years, such as many of Indy's deleted scenes, or such as the most famous deleted scene out of Hollywood, the Spider Pit scene from King Kong. Yeah, go get your bullwhips and for those movie buffs. We're gonna try and find that. Not considering Raiders this will probably either be somewhat of a series, like over the old deleted scenes of the Indy movies. You know, it'd probably just be photos. And like, more time when it goes on, those less deleted scenes from Indy. Like, Indy 5 only had one, if I remember. And I don't mean like, they had a bunch. It only had one. And that was one in the trailer. And looking how trailers all, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just made for that. But that is all, archaeologists and paleontologists. Now, if you like Steven Spielberg movies, if you like Indiana Jones, and if you like Jurassic Park, come and subscribe to this channel, where I try and make videos about that.